What's going on, everybody? It is deer season again, or at least really close to it. I'm finally getting out to Kansas, about to leave the gas station right now and head that direction. It's my first time on this property. I wasn't able to get out and do my postseason scouting like I typically do, but that is okay. That means I gotta rely on my in-season scouting and my trail camera strategy, which I'm going to implement starting right now, and hopefully we can get some eyes on some big deer. So follow along. It's going to be a fun weekend. It's going to be a hot one, but it's going to be a fun one. Let's go. Alright, so what I'm doing right now is I'm driving the outskirts of this property. Hadn't seen it yet, and really seeing not only what kind of crops are on property, but I'm seeing what crops are surrounding the property on private land, and it's kind of following my onX here. So finding stuff I like and then seeing exactly where the accesses are also. So I think that's what we're going to spend most of Friday doing here, is just kind of driving and seeing what we see and going from there, making a bunch of waypoints as much as I can. And tomorrow I'll put boots on the ground and just cover a bunch of ground, spend the entire day out in the woods, and we'll see what we find. Alright, so let's just check these trees since we're right here. It's probably pretty close to what we're typically gonna see out and about, but they're right next to the road. So let's just see what we got. That's what we need. Bird dropped it for me. All right. So looks like we got some oaks. I like that. I like that. That's what I'm wanting. I kind of figured they were. Let's go check this one. This one looks like a pin oak up here. All right. That is 100,000% what that is. Butted up against a cedar thicket there. Okay, boom. Now we can figure out. I'm gonna turn around and start going back. I need to figure out my next move though, because I kind of hit the end of the road for where I was traveling this direction. So that is what I need to know. That was a good find right there. So we get back in the truck here and keep moving. Well, this ain't exactly what I was hoping to deal with this morning, but I mean, it is what it is. So let me tell you, we'll show you what I got going on. Little truck repair here. Got a flat. Yes, those gravel roads didn't treat me kindly yesterday. So, oh well, it is what it is. So, easy fix. She's been awfully good to me so far, so we get this finished up here, get some ice for the coolers, and then I'm gonna get out on the property because I'm ready to get some feet on the ground, start finding some deer. So let's get this fixed. All right, so I'm finally on the water. Driving around yesterday, I kind of put together the few things I can tell that are possibly limiting factors. And that's really what you're looking for, is a limiting factor. So a lot of this property is marshy and has a ton of crops, which is fantastic and allows these deer to hide and eat and get really big. But that also makes it tough to hunt. So you need to find some places that have oaks, which I was seeing this property does have a fair amount of oaks and multiple different species of it, which is awesome. I just kind of got to get nailed on a property, on a piece, on a little spot that's got good oaks with good cover in somewhat close proximity to the crop field. So I'm trying to think of what this property will look like once the October hits. So I kind of want to try to find me some cedar thickets and see if that makes a difference. Now that's not, you know, I don't know what that's going to show. That's just an idea. So the only way to know is to test that idea. So that's what I'm going to work on first thing this morning. And then if that's a fail, I move to plan B. So here we are. Boom. All right, so I have found a studly location where I'm standing right now. I'm going to put a camera up just for intel on this particular draw. It's got a fence crossing right behind me, and it leads down into the location I'm more interested in, which I'm going to put a camera in also. I just wanted to venture back here and check it out, but that location that I'm going to set a camera in, I'll show you. It's got 3 points converging in on itself down in the draw here. And this spot here, it's a heavy crossing over the private land fence. So I just want to set up a camera here. It's somewhat of a pinch point, and it's an obvious crossing. So this is just all intel, and hopefully we catch some good deer on this thing. So let me show you kind of what it looks like here. There's a trail that's going on. Just crossing the fence right back there. That's the fence crossing. And I'll show you, we're going to continue back around. It's going to continue right down the draw there. And it looks like it might branch out a little bit before it gets down to where I'm at. There's a lot of distance for them to cover before they get to where I was wanting to think about hunting. So I'm gonna go ahead and stick this here, get back down there, stick one there, and then maybe even leave. So this was actually a location that I nailed on my e-scouting. So this is one of my top locations that I was interested in, and it did not disappoint. It is loaded with bur oaks right up next to the cedar thicket. Down the bottom, they can come down off the ridge, off of bedding, down in the bottom, venturing out into the crop fields that are just across the creek. So let's get this set up. Let's move back and set the cell cam up. Well, if y'all want to know why I chose this particular bottom, not only because it's got kind of a pinch point here and it's got cedar thickets on both sides for bedding, but these right here, this is why, zoom in on it, focus, there we go, that right there, that is it. Those little bad boys right here, those little acorns right there, focus back on me. That's why I'm not scouting this weekend for an early hunt. I'm scouting for an October, November hunt, and that's exactly what I'm doing. Found some heavy trails, nice tracks along this. So got my camera set up. I'm pretty stoked about this. This is what I was hoping for, and it turned out. So my theory from yesterday's driving is correct. Now let's just, at least from what I can see anyways, now let's just hope the cameras show what I think is here. So, and honestly, it could take 2 to 3 weeks before I get pictures of what I'm looking for. Just know that right now. So let's get back to the canoe and let's go to plan A. It's plan B access to plan A. So see if we can get that done. So let's go.
Even when you feel low, you can still go. Even when you feel slow, you can still go. Even when there's no hope, you can still go. I never answer to no, man, I still go. Go, 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 go. Hustle hard, hustle every single day. I'll be making moves till I'm buried in my grave. To the system, I don't wanna be a slave. I've been doing shit my way, or the highway. And in the driveway is a nice range. Cause I grind through the climb, I invite pain. You'll never hear me, bitch, nah, I don't complain. Just gotta focus.
Alright, well here's an update. I have found a way to access my #1 spot of interest, but it is going to be an absolute bear, and I don't think I'm going to be able to get it done on this trip in particular. I think I'm just going to have to come back another trip to access that spot. This morning I had a blowout with my waders, darn near ripped my boot off basically, so got stuck in the mud, and next thing I knew the boots ripped. I ripped my boot off. So oh well, I'll have to get another pair of waders and then be able to access that spot. But it's gonna be tricky, which I am up for. Bring it on. I never find spots like this that are not publicly accessible, which is crazy to me. I've never found a spot. I have looked my entire life trying to find places where people aren't getting to, and basically, unless you're someone like me, you like to work a lot harder, not even a little bit harder, a lot freaking harder to get to these spots, or you're coming in from private land. I don't think anybody's going to be getting to that spot, and it looks perfect. Oh, there's some deer out in the middle of the corn. Perfect for deer bedding and browse for midday, daylight movement. It looks textbook of what I'm looking for. So I'm gonna keep y'all updated if I'm able to get to it tomorrow. I'm about to go get some dinner. I need to get some calories in me and keep drinking some water. So like I said, I don't know that I'm gonna be able to do it on this trip, but I will keep y'all updated tomorrow, and we'll go from there. All right, well that does it for my Kansas trip #1. Since I wasn't able to get out and do any postseason scouting like I always like to do, this is going to be a little bit new. So this was the first time on property, and I definitely learned a lot. Found some places that are very difficult to access, which is awesome. And I also found some limiting factors on property to key in on, and a lot of that is going to be cover, along with some kind of food source like the oaks. There's a lot of oaks in the ridges, and there's definitely some cedar thickets for them to bed up on the ridge. So I found some awesome spots, and the location I was able to get to and set cameras at, I nailed that with my e-scouting. So I'm excited about that. I still need to get back to my #1 location, my plan A location. So I'm going to be back very soon, get some cameras in that. So I'm going to build another video for y'all when I'm able to get up on that ridge. I'm very pumped about that spot. That could be an extremely good location. So thanks for watching, y'all. Please hit that like and subscribe button, and thanks always for your support, and I'll see y'all in the next video.